I have a good friend of mine, Derick. He's a fellow 10X business coach, and this guy is incredible. Everything that he's gone through, like, he's done so much, and he's young, but he's done a lot in his life, and he is truly remarkable. So, Derek, thank you for being here, and tell us more about yourself.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for that introduction, man. Always a pleasure. And yeah, man, thanks for getting me out to GrowthCon.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were like, yeah, I'm not gonna go, and I'm like, you need to go. Like, let's go. You know, as we say in our world, don't be a little bitch, and let's go.
That's it.
So yeah, can you tell us what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a 10x business coach, and I used to have an automotive shop, and I was doing car wrapping. So I kind of learned that whole side of the business, how to run an automotive customization shop, and now I teach other shops how to do it, but not just other shops. We teach other businesses, but that's my niche, is the automotive industry. And
Yeah,
before that, I was a professional soccer player. So yeah, a little bit of a roller coaster there.
yeah. It sounds like it. Like from a professional soccer player to automotive shop, and now you're a business coach helping automotive shops. Like that's just like a remarkable journey. So, how did you find Grant Cardone, or did he find you?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I always watched his YouTube stuff. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just loved how like he was just straight to the point. Like he tells it how it is. And like as an athlete, like that's just what it is. Like when you're when I was playing soccer, it was like when you're on the field, like you can't act like you're doing everything right. Like there's always room for improvement. So
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're competing at a high level. And Grant is just had those characteristics. Like the way he does business reminds me of like how a professional athlete takes it. Like business is his sport, and yeah, I came across him because I wasn't that good at closing. I was good at getting a lot of leads in the beginning of my business, and I was like, yeah, I need something else. Like I need something that can help me. So I looked up, all the gurus and tried their stuff, and I bought a $50 audio program from Grant, and it was all the closes, the automotive closes. And I started learning them within a day, 24 hours, memorized a few of the lines, started using the closes, and boom, within the first like day of using it, I made like an extra 10 grand in revenue.
Damn.
So I was like, damn, this $50 product made me money. What else does this guy have? Right. So then I
Mm-hmm.
started getting into Cardone University until I became a business coach.
That's so cool. Like going from $50 to 10,000 in just a couple of days. Like that's just remarkable. But that's the power of Grant, what he teaches. But you have to put it to work. And I know there's a lot of us business coaches that are struggling to actually put it to work. So, what advice would you give as far as like when you learn something, what do you need to do to actually implement?
Yeah, like in terms of that, I mean Grant, like it's exactly what he says, the target. And he
Mm-hmm.
just puts so much emphasis on like what's the target? What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? So as an athlete, like my target as a young kid, like my dream was like I want to be in a World Cup, and that
Mm-hmm.
was all that I thought about. World Cup, like the that's the highest stage in soccer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then now in business, I'm just like, what's my World Cup right now? What's the thing that I'm gonna be so committed to that it doesn't matter what it is, that like I'm gonna train inside Carnegie University or go call people, talk to people, make an offer, make a website. Because yeah, there's so much things when you're running a business. It's not just about like, okay, I'm selling something, but like you got systems and processes and strategies. And when you're one person, it gets overwhelming. So I think like to help out is just dialing in what is the reason of why you're really doing something, what's the purpose,
Mhm.
and then once you're committed to that, like Grant says, the creativity follows. um,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like, yeah, like figure out your why, figure out your purpose, and just do whatever it takes to get there. Every day wake up and just strive towards your goals, no matter what happens in your life. Like, we all have bad days, but you just gotta get up and do it. That's what I'm doing. I get up every day. Like, what do I need to do today to get me closer to my goal? And yeah, that's so important.
Yeah, and I read one of like I saw one of your posts with somebody commented like I have to walk every single morning or something because they're having like problems. And then you
Yeah,
wrote like don't think you have to, think like I get to, like it's an opportunity. And
exactly.
and that's what you're saying, like, and I believe in that too. Like when bad things happen, instead of looking at it as like, oh, like why did this happen, it's like, no, this happened because like it was supposed to, and like now how do I use this thing to keep going forwards, like just using everything around you, the good, the bad. So I like that,
Yeah,
like, you even call people out on that, and that's exactly how I live.
yeah, yeah. Everything happens for a reason. And going back to that post you're talking about, it's like one thing that I learned over the last year is like stop saying like you know I have to do something. You don't have to do anything. You get to do things. We're all blessed for the things that we get to do every day. Just something like that person said on my post. Like she says, I have to walk. To help her health. It's like no, you get to walk. Because a lot of people actually can't walk. So you're blessed that you get to. And I've realized a lot about myself, that the things that I get to do, not the things that I have to do, the things that I get to do because I am blessed that I can do them. And I think that's really important for people to look at it a different way like that. It makes you a lot happier with yourself and your life. You know.
Yeah, and I get that because of my parents. They're from Nicaragua, Central America. It's a third world country.
Hmm.
So, like over there, like the minimum wage is like $1. It's like people are living. That's third world country, like super, super poverty. And
Hmm.
like just because I know that, I always think like if a kid or somebody from there was in my position and had my opportunities, like what would they do? And
Hmm.
like, those kids are hungry, or those people are hungry because like there's nothing there. So like you said, it's like I get to be in this position, like I'm lucky to be in it, and that's why like I try to take as much advantage. And obviously, like you're saying before too, like we're humans, like you can never do everything perfect. You got your good days, you got your bad days, but I think just like having that perspective, 1,000% can like make you so much more driven.
I agree. Yeah, like we got. I wake up knowing that today I'm going to be 1% better than I was yesterday, and it's just yeah. So um, like, what do you think is like the moment that you decided like you wanted to be a coach?
The
Do
moment
you
I,
remember? Yeah.
yeah, well, I knew I needed another product. I just didn't
Hmm.
know which one. And I spoke with Steve. Steve presented me the options, and he's like, check this out. Because I was like, hey, what else you guys got? And he showed me the business coach program. And I've always studied, like I've studied philosophers. I've studied some of the most wealthiest people. Like I've studied Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon
Hmm.
Hill, and I've studied Grant, and just like what he's doing is like it's unseen, like it's genius what he's doing, and just trying to learn from somebody that is doing something that's changing the world, that's changing communities, is like it's amazing to be a part of. And so that was the thing. Like when you know, I was talking to Elliot, I was like, for me, I told him like, I already know that I'm going to be fine with money. I already know I'm learning from Grant. He's, you know, it's Grant. But like, where are we trying to go here? What are we trying to do? What's the mission? What's the target? What's the purpose? And they told me like right away, like the answer, like we're trying to help 8 billion people. We're trying to change communities. Now, can they help every single person? I mean, you can't if somebody doesn't want help. But the fact that their target is actually that,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked me, Elliot said, what do you think the world would look like if it was if people were more financially educated? And then I was thinking, I was like, huh. I was like, heaven on earth, you know?
Yep.
And
Yep.
like if the financial situation was to be solved like in the world, like it would just solve, you know, 95%, 99% of problems. So
Yep.
that was really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when I was 16, I always was like, how I want to help the world. But everybody always around me told me, why are you thinking like that? You can't help everybody. It's impossible. And then to come across somebody that actually thought what I was thinking and he's actually doing it was like super refreshing, you know? You want to work with those people, not against them.
Exactly. You know, and I love the community that we have. You know, where we have the help whenever we need it. You know, like it's just a matter of shooting a text, sending an email, whatever. If we're stuck and need help, we have people that are, you know, experts in that we can call on for help. So that's what I find one of the most valuable things about this is just we can just ask for help whenever and get the help.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, 100%. Like all the support's there.
Mhm.
Like you know, every tool's available, every opportunity's there, and it's just a matter of just picking it up and doing it. And like I think like eventually like the way I see it is like everything is an ability, everything is a skill, right? And you're just working on the skill sets. Like you're just building it and building it and building it. And I think a lot of people they get stuck in the now when like the now is the process of like anything. And you know, I was talking to Glenn last time, and it took me between 10 and 14 years before I went pro in soccer. So
Mhm.
in that time, I was just training and practicing, and you know, in my basement, outside, you know, like just I would spend at least 6 to 8 hours a day training. And then I accomplished my dreams in 10 years. I was recognized. And it's the same thing with business. It's the same thing with anything.
Mhm.
Like you might not be recognized, you might not be like in the position you want, but that's what the process is. You're building towards that. And like in order to be an entrepreneur, like I believe is like you're gonna have a lot of losses. It's what it is. You're gonna have more losses than wins. It's just about how do you keep learning from it. And some people they just don't know how to benefit from a loss, right? They kind of just shut down or they retreat or they back up when the losses I'm like give them to me now so that
Mhm.
I can learn from it so that I can win more in the future, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so many people don't chase their dreams because they're scared of failing. Well, for me, like I'm okay with failing. I will I will fail as many times as it takes, but guess what? I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna stop. I might fail, but I'm gonna learn from that mistake and then be better next time. You know, that's what I do.
Yeah, because you know, also too, like something one of my soccer coaches used to tell us is like, you never know who's watching.
Hmm.
So just when you think like maybe you're not impacting or you're not doing, like, generally people think like, I'm not doing enough. Just keep doing it. Just keep going, because all it takes is one person to recognize what you do, and then for them to share that with everybody, and all your hard work pays off.
Exactly. That reminds me of one thing that my old boss used to say. He's actually one of my mentors. I look up to him a lot, and I can, I reach out to him for help, here and there. But he says if success happens overnight, you're going to jail. That's what he's always said. Because it's success doesn't happen overnight. If it does, you probably did something you shouldn't have done, and you're gonna go to jail. But like that's what he says. He put it in his book that he wrote, and like that just kind of stuck with me. It's like it's not gonna happen overnight. It usually doesn't happen in the time frame that you think. I thought I would be a lot further than I am right now, but if I stop and look at the past year, I'm a hell of a lot further than I was a year ago. So you gotta just, it doesn't happen in the time frame that you think, but you gotta keep pushing and keep putting in the work, and eventually you will get there. If there's even a there. I know, like us, we like to set our goals so big that we might not actually reach them, but I'd rather come up short on a big goal than to come up short on an average one.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why like, you make me think about like what we learn in the marketing, the vision, the mission, the core values, because like a lot of people, they just want to make a lot of money, but like maybe it's not that it's not the money that's motivating. Like, yeah, like people are like $1 million, but like some people are motivated by like the vision of like how you can change, and that's what Grant's doing. Like, yeah, like, he's a sales trainer. Like, we sell training programs to help people make money. But the thing that he's really striving for is like the vision of how you can change the world, how it actually impacts people, how it actually you can actually live a better quality of life by helping people around you. And like that to me is like success. Like, if you can actually change your environments, your communities, the people around you, and they're better off, they're more financially secure, they're more confident, like that's ultimate success.
hmm I agree. I'm not doing this for the money. I want to help people. I want to change the world. Like, yes, I'm going to make money, but the cool thing is the more money I make, the more people I can help. That's how I look at it. I look at it as I need to create wealth for myself so then I can impact more people.
1,000%. And I like what
Mhm.
Grant says in some of the trainings. He's like, think of yourself like you're running for president. And you want people to like vote for you. You want people to like be on your side. And of course, there's people that are like, what? Why do you got to make a lot of money? And you got to like accept that responsibility of, okay, like people know that I make money, but how do I gain their trust so that like they know that if they are paying me if one of my services, like I'm going to do good by that money. I'm going to just
Mhm.
invest it back into my business because it's really investing back into my clients or the people around me. So, because
Exactly.
online, there's so many people that are faking it. There's so many people that are, saying that they did something that they probably didn't do. And that's why sometimes people look at people like us that are like, oh, like, do they really have the information that I'm looking for? Because they're getting screwed over in other places. So
Yeah.
that's the whole point of partnering up with grants. Like, hey, it ain't my techniques, it ain't my strategies. This is stuff that's proven. Like 35 years, he's worked so hard to have these processes, and then to just give it to people, it's crazy.
It is like it's an incredible program, and like the the value of what we got versus what we paid, the value is so much higher. It's just, it's like, I feel like I stole it. Like, it's like there's so much that I learned just in the year that I've been doing this. Like, it's just incredible. You're not going to learn this stuff in college. You know,
A
and
thou-
if you go to college, you're going to spend a whole lot more.
well, and the thing to like that you're saying, that's a good point you bring up. The beautiful thing is like you can go into the programs, learn the material, and then go build something that's yours. So for me, that's
Exactly.
that's the crazy thing is it's like what Brandon and John Maxwell, like how he took the laws, right, the 21 laws, and then he created his own
Hmm.
thing with it, right? And that's the same thing with Carter University. You take the structures, you take the systems, you take the processes, it's the frameworks, it's the bones, and then you can add the
Hmm.
meat, you can add the ligaments, and that could look however you want in your business. So that there's so many successful people that like they came through, took the information, did their own thing, and that's amazing that people can do that.
Exactly. I agree. All right. So I got one last question. What does my slogan, "Your abilities are infinite," mean to you?
Yeah, every time it's like it's deeper because um, it's literally like there's no limit to anything.
Hmm.
And just when you think you've given enough, just when you think things can't get any better or worse or whatever it is, like you are in control of every possibility, every opportunity that comes your way. So it's just a matter of like, for me, what it means is uh, like you can do anything in this life. You really can. And some people won't. That's the thing.
Hmm.
Some people are going to see the slogan and they're going to read it. Your abilities are infinite, and they're just going to overlook it. But if you really think about it, you know,
Hmm.
which like I've really thought about it, talking to you and seeing your content and everything, like it's so much more. It's so much more. It's a deeper thing, and I hope people can really like ask themselves, the question of like, what are my abilities, and
Hmm.
how can I focus on my abilities to build a life that I want that's infinite.
Yep. That was gold. Like, that was amazing. And yeah, I hope people, do what you say and kind of read into it more, and then not overlook it and ask themselves, what more can I do? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's awesome. Thank you. So, how can people find you?
Yeah, they could follow me on Instagram at Derick Sequeira underscore. So that's DerickSequeira underscore. And
Eh,
I think it's the same on TikTok. I'm not sure. I got to double check. I think it's the same though.
It's alright. I'll put all your links down below in the show notes so people can find you.
Yeah, yeah, because some like I want my name, but somebody took my name. It's like, and they're not even using it. So trying to find the right username right now to make sure it's like legit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how that is because I'm the one and only Nick at Earhart. So the only accounts that were taken were like my old accounts. So I'm doing pretty good. So, all right, Derek. Thank you. This was amazing, and we'll see you next time.
Likewise, I gotta get you on mine next. I gotta start mine, and we need people to also hear your story because what you're doing is, every day I wake up, I just getting bombed by your content, but it's like it's motivating. It's
Hmm.
life changing. It's just seeing the what you've been doing. It's like it's amazing. So thanks for having me, Nick. Really appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you.